everyone, we're going to be making our March hat today for our memory books. So I'm going to start out by telling you should find your baggie that has the pieces in it that are this kind of lime green color. There should be a blue and a yellow. I'm going to start out by writing March up here. That's the month we're doing. I know March has already passed. We just ran out of time and we didn't have time to do it since we weren't together, but I want you to be able to have it in your memory books. So I'm going to start with that uppercase M. We always start our months with the uppercase M. So it's M, A, R, C, and H. And so now it says March, wind stings and bites, the perfect time to fly our kites. Okay, so now I'm going to take my pieces. I'm going to first make my hat. I have a square. I know it's a square because all four sides are the same length. And I'm just going to glue around the block. X marks the spot. And I'll glue that right in the center of my paper, pushing down to make sure all the corners stick. And then I'm going to take my rectangle with the two long sides and the two short sides. It still has four corners and four sides, and do a same around the block. X marks the spot, and I'm going to glue down the brim of my hat so it looks like this. Now we're going to be making a kite, a couple of kites to put on our paper. So I want you to start with your big blue rectangle. It has the two long sides and the two short sides. And I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'll open it up and I'll fold it in half the other way. It doesn't have to be perfect. This will just help you when you're cutting. I'm going to take a blue crayon, and I can see where my creases are. And I'm just going to follow that crease on my blue paper like that. Now I'm going to start from the middle line, that blue line that I just drew, and I'm going to cut at an angle, cut off that corner all the way up to the side of that other blue line that I drew. And I'm going to turn my paper, and I'm going to cut from the middle now down to the bottom, to the top. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut from the bottom to the middle. Then I'm going to cut from the middle to the top. This one's a little bit tricky. We haven't done it before, so you may want to ask your parents to watch you while you're cutting to make sure you're doing that right. So now I have a kite. It's a diamond shape. I'm going to go and glue that down by doing around the block. X marks the spot. I'm going to glue it on top of my hat. It's not all the way on my hat. It's supposed to be up in the sky anyway. Then I'm going to get my yellow rectangle, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did for my blue. I'm going to fold it in half and open it up, and then fold it in half the other way. I'm making sure my corners are matching and making a crease. Again, it does not need to be perfect. I know we're all learning how to make those folds. It's probably more difficult to see the folds on this yellow paper. And I'm going to use a green crayon. Yellow wouldn't show up very well. You guys know that my old eyes can't see it very well. So I chose to use a green crayon. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start on that bottom line and cut off the corner to the middle one. I'll turn my paper, start at the bottom line, cut off the corner to the middle one, turn my paper, and I'm just going to do that 4 times. And then I have a smaller kite, so I'll take my glue and go around the block. X marks the spot. I'm going to glue it tilted the other direction. So I have my 2 kites there, and kites have something that are called tails, and it's the string of the kite. I'm going to take my black crayon, and I'm going to start drawing a line, and I'm going to put a little loop in my string on both of them here. You don't have to do that because we're going to add some scraps. I'm just going to take these scraps that I had left over from when I cut my kite. When I have a really skinny or small piece like this, sometimes I just like to slide it over my glue stick using my finger And I'm just gonna add some little tails to my kite. I might use some different colors. It doesn't matter what shapes or what scraps that you use. It's supposed to look like little pieces of fabric there on your tail. I'm gonna do the same for my other kite. Just use one of my scraps. I might use both of those now. Oops, then I have this teeny tiny one. I think I'll put it up on the top. It's not wanting to stick. There we go. Now I have my March Wind Stings and Bites, the perfect time to fly our kites. Pretty easy, friends. I'll see you soon.